Hello, welcome and salutations, SOBs, to another volume of the Neptune Society, our Victorian Call of Cthulhu 7th edition campaign here on the Stream of Blood, where we bring you the best in tabletop role-playing games played by the weirdest, funniest, most enormously entertaining people that I know, that our secret keeper Clinton Trucks knows, and that our other producer Brian Baldinger knows. Hello, thank you guys for being here. I'm extremely excited about tonight's adventure. It was actually suggested by one of our best players here on the Neptune Society. Tonight, we present to you The Shooting Party, a night that promises to be an evening of eldritch horror and Victorian social mores. A shooting party. It's a type of party that patrician lords and ladies would attend in the country in the months between the end of August and November, and they would shoot birds with shotguns, and everybody had a great time. And surely tonight on this episode of the Neptune Society, nothing weird will happen. It will be a simple hunting excursion, and then people will have tea. Or maybe something will happen. Look, I'm so glad that you're here. I want to remind you that tomorrow we have another Vampires in Pittsburgh lockdown. That's happening at 2 p.m. Pacific, so please come out for that. We've got Abubakar Salim on that show from Raised by Wolves, in addition to our old standbys, Ross and Ashley. And you have to see the game. If you haven't watched it yet, I really, really, really recommend that you do. Sorry, I'm just opening my live GM notes so Clint can tell me what to do when I'm stuck. Okay, that's it. We have so much game to get into tonight. I'm going to bring in our players. He plays Hypatia, Montague, nay Bartlett, Mobb, one of the children of the founder of the Neptune Society, and someone said that she's just like a battleship. This character, this gentleman is so erudite. He came up with the idea for this scenario, and he gave me so much information to help me kind of write it and prepare it for these players. Please welcome the wonderful Guy Branum.
Hello, good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to show off my husband's house and kill some birds.
Right, and you're drinking slow gin, which is a drink they may have drank in that period. Is that correct?
Exactly. What could be more warming on a fall day when going out and killing some birds than some gin that's flavored with bad plums?
Does Lady Hypatia become more indomitable as she drinks? What effect does alcohol have on her?
I would say up to 2 drinks, she becomes even more of a ship at full sail.
Yes.
And then there comes a point where she becomes a little bit of a 12-year-old. She gets giggly. I would say that there comes a point where she gets giggly.
I love that. I love that. I want to see her giggly girlish side occasionally. I love that she has one. I'm going to bring in our next player. This guy is just a really good pal of mine, an incredible writer, and so very funny. And he is playing a character he describes as a rich idiot, Pip Borthwick. Please welcome Phil Walker, everybody.
Hello. I just I got on a rocket ship and went to Mars on November 2nd, and I landed today and came straight here. Did I miss anything?
November 2nd is when you got in. Oh, Biden won the election. That's really all you need to know.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Don't look at Twitter. Or maybe do now. How are you? How are you dealing? Boy, I should have mentioned at the top before I started bringing in my friends. What a crazy year, really. But crazy week it's been. So we hope we can give you a little entertainment tonight to make you laugh. Good Lord. What if we made you laugh a little bit? And the horror, I always say that the horror in our game is so horrific. It's a really nice change from the horrors that you're watching on TV and on your Twitter feed.
I think I put in my Instagram when I was promoting this. Life is a hellscape. Life is a hellscape. Come pretend with us.
Yes, that's a lovely sentiment, and it is now the new catchphrase motto of Stream of Blood. Clint, would you please put that on all of our stationery as I bring in our next player? Wow, this guy, he is a writer, creator who is the impresario of Hello from the Magic Tavern. His character, his last character on the Neptune Society appeared for 4 minutes and then was murdered by another player. So tonight he's playing the son of that character. Please welcome as the occultist, Barnaby Klooster Jr., Mr. Arnie Niekamp, everybody.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here.
Hi, thanks for coming. I mean, I love the things that you do so much, so it's very cool to have you on our show, playing a character who, quite frankly, might get killed again. How do you like your chances?
Your ears, I guess?
Yeah. How do you like your chances tonight? Do you think Barnaby is going to be able to put up a fight against whatever you all are facing?
You know, I think the shadow of his father's death hangs over Barnaby. Mm-hmm. He's got a little bit of imposter syndrome, but probably not enough of it. And I think I'd put it at 50-50 odds.
I love the idea of a Victorian spiritualist with imposter syndrome. That sounds like a dangerous combo for a charlatan to have. I can't wait to see him go to work. I'm going to bring in our next player. This guy, he is a writer, comedian, showrunner, and host of Adam Ruins Everything, among a lot of other things. Please welcome my very good pal, playing the veteran and now humble farmer, Robbie Potter. Please welcome Adam Conover, everybody. Oh no, the
I'm
dreaded.
muted. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
muted now.
Of
Hello
course.
there. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me and Robert Potter back. He's very happy in his new life, and he hopes nothing unusual ever happens to him ever again.
Look, I say I run a very open-ended game. I leave a lot of it up to the dice, so maybe nothing will happen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, Robbie doesn't want to see anything supernatural, and maybe he will fail those intelligence rolls and not realize what he's looking at. Okay, and finally, this guy is a singer and songwriter, lead singer of the old 97s, and just amazing to see in concert. And you can see him all over the internet right now performing shows. And he is playing a character who last time we saw the character, he was a little gutter snipe, a little pickpocketing Dickensian orphan, but now 10 years have passed. And so this character has grown into a young man. He has inherited the fortune of his adopted father. Please welcome the one as Lord Billiam, the wonderfully talented Mr. Rhett Miller, everybody.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for going full cosplay, Rhett.
No, I always wear a ruff. This is normal.
Oh, this is just your kind of laying around clothes. It involves a ruff.
Velvet, yes.
Yes. You're the only guy in this six-pack that could pull it off, I think. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Who is ready to play Call of Cthulhu, the Neptune Society? Let's begin. It is a night in September in the year 1865, and Lady Hypatia Bartlett Mobb, née Montague, has come up with a plan to raise money for the new headquarters of the Neptune Society. And so you have all received an invitation in the mail to a shooting party to be held by the Mobbs. That is their last name. Lady Hypatia, would you please kind of tell us a little bit about what the invitation might look like or what it might say?
Well, it's beautifully calligraphied vellum saying that you would be welcomed for a shooting party at Mobb House on the 23rd of September or whatever.
September 15th, 1865. I looked up the days of the week.
It's just a fun weekend. We're probably only going to shoot one morning. But it is opened to distinguished members of the Neptune Society and broad-minded guests. And it smells ever so gently of lavender.
That's lovely. And where is Mobb House? And I'm going to give you 3 options, but you might say no. You might go rogue and give me a 4th option. Is it in Devon, Sussex, or Yorkshire?
Oh, it's in Yorkshire. Mobb lives far to the north where the sheep get furry.
That's right. He made his fortune in sheep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bartlett Abbey and Montague House are much better places, but because he's my husband, we've shuttered them, and we're living at his house.
Right. Well, it's good to have backup estates in case you need them.
Oh, but also like the pheasants are fat and happy from the broad lands of Yorkshire.
Yes. And so in Yorkshire, you will be hunting some pheasant, maybe some grouse. You will be blasting them with the shotguns. The invitation might also say that if you lack a weapon, a gun, a shotgun will be provided for you. And so you all arrive at Mobb House on Friday, September 15th, 1865. Your carriages slowly make their way up to the door. Your baggage is brought in, and you are announced by the butler, Mr. Fitzpatrick, who announces you each in turn. You are given a room where you can stay and put away your things, and then you will be expected at dinner. So I think we should go right to dinner, and we should meet some of our guests. Now, you gave me a really good seating chart, Guy, for where you've put everybody. Do you remember where everybody's at? I can bring that up really quickly.
Yeah. I have the email. Do you have it?
I do. Yeah, I do. So you had you knew exactly where you wanted everybody to sit, which I thought was so awesome. Let me just bring that up.
Also, I just want to say to Potter and Vander Klooster that though you probably are not bringing valets of your own, we can assign some boys, or Potter, I know you're comfortable with a huntsman to outfit you guys so you don't have to feel uncomfortable at all. There will be somebody to snap your buttons.
That's right. And this will be a beaten hunt, which means that you won't have to go, walking down through the woods yourselves with your dogs. There will be men out there who are beaters, who make loud noises and go, ah, and scare the birds up so that you can just aim and fire. So it's fun. All right. Yes. Okay. So you're all seated at table, and there are several people here other than the players that I've presented here. We have Lady Hypatia at one end of the table, and then next to her, Pip Borthwick, because he is entertaining and cute. To Lady Hypatia's left, there is the Marquess Tweedchester, and can we see him? Secret keeper Clinton Trucks. The Marquess Tweedchester Basil is his name. And he is sort of a fop and a dandy. And yes, here he is. And he has done something a little irritating. He's dressed in a little bit of archaic clothes to kind of like make a bit of a jape of the whole evening. And he's trading bon mots and witticisms with everybody. And you all find him immediately very tiring. Then there is also Lady de Grey, Carolyn Carolyn is her name. Let's bring up Lady de Grey. She is a young woman, but she has kind of a cruel look in her eyes there. She is the Lady de Grey. Yes. She's next to Pip Borthwick. Remember who is next to you, because that's who you can talk to in a moment. Next to Tweedchester, we've placed our poor occultist, Mr. Vandercluster. So you're the one that's having to listen to all these hilarious stories about one time someone said something to Lord Tweedchester, and then he said something much funnier and wittier back. Then on the other side of Lady de Grey, we have Lady Brookberry, who seems to be drinking very quickly. Lady Brookberry, here she is.
Potter's in between them. Colonel Potter.
Oh, that's right. We didn't know whether Potter would be sitting at table because he's a former servant. There she is. There's Lady Brookberry. She's an older lady, and she's already getting very loud because she's had one glass of wine. Who knows what will happen after two? And then
The sculpture.
Yeah. It's Mobb House. They have all kinds of questionable art. Lady Hypatia is a radical. She likes very strange modern forms of 1865 modern art. It gets really sculptural.
I mean, there are uneven numbers of men and women at this table. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, things are out of control in this house. You guys are all like, this is like a beatnik house. Not an equal number of men and women. On Vandercluster's other side is young Lord Billiam. So you're kind of right there beside our friend, the occultist Vandercluster. And then opposite Lady Hypatia at the table is her husband, Everett Mobb, who is a big, loud Yorkman who enjoys hunting and doing manly things and mainly talking about money. Because he's new money. But you were in a tight spot when you married him, right, Lady Hypatia? And at least he's giving you strong sons.
Yes. I was a little bit too related to the other guys who were potential suitors to me, and I was like, let's get some new genes in the gene pool here. Like our jaws are already large.
Absolutely. And so now I will go around table and I'll give everybody a moment to, you can declare any kind of action you want. You can talk to one of the other players if you like, or you can talk to one of these non-player characters, or you can say that you're trying to notice something, or you can do something. And so why don't we start opposite Lady Hypatia in the little grid I have here in front of me. And why don't I talk to Barnaby Vandercluster. Barnaby, what would you like to do while you're having dinner with all these fine folk?
So I'm sitting between Lady de Grey, is that correct? And who's on the other side of me, or am I misunderstanding?
No, I that was quite confusing, so no reason you should have understood it. You are next to Tweedchester on one side, the rake, and then on the other side of you, it looks like we have young Lord Billiam, Rhett's character.
I talked to young Lord Billiam a little bit. I'm very drawn to him, the fact that he's an orphan and was adopted. And, I am, within the last years lost my father. It's kind of the only thing I ever want to talk about half of the time.
Oh, dear. Well, that's so romantic era of you to just sort of stay with your mourning of your father for as long as humanly possible. And so go ahead, say what you'd like or ask him what you'd like.
I ask Lord Billiam, do you have any memories of your original parents?
No, I remember almost nothing but the streets. Everything I learned was from the streets. My earliest memories were from my sisters. They weren't really my sisters, but they came to be my sisters, Scraps and Wiggles. And I've lost them as well as Mr. Middlemass, my father. I never called him Dad, just Mr. Middlemass, Captain Middlemass.
Yes, and perhaps it comes up, or perhaps, this talk of Captain Middlemass reminds you both that tonight is important. The whole weekend is important because you're trying to get some of the people here that have a little bit of wealth to perhaps invest and give the Neptune Society a bequeathment, enough money to create a new headquarters. And so that might come up or might just come into your head as you talk about Captain Middlemass. Is there any other action you'd like to take, either of you? Since you're both talking, you could look around the table or do anything you'd like.
I would just like to show him my father's ceremonial blade that I carry with me everywhere I go. I'm just sort of like, interesting bit of trivia. Father died trying to replace your father as chairman. So we're kind of like family almost.
Was he trying to murder my father?
No, he was just trying to convince everyone to let him be the new chairman. It went really wrong. It went really badly, but there was no supernatural element. He just really messed up.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I know. Did he leave you any money?
Not a lot of money. No, mostly just he left me his face. Yeah. I know. I almost noticed that Lord Billiam is subtly less interested in talking to me when I mention that I don't have any money. It may be true.
It might be true, but what I will say is after your exchange, you find that Lord Billiam really helps you feel better. Just kind of talking to him and the way you'd talk to in a later age, a therapist. In this age, perhaps a fortune teller. But regardless, later on, if you are having sanity problems, talking to Lord Billiam will give you some sort of a sanity reward. Because when you talk to him, you feel like your family. And now I will move, if I may, to Robbie Potter. Robbie Potter, all these rich folk are around the table. Many of them seem like they don't really appreciate the life of a humble farmer who is making his living by his own hard work and toil and the dirt on his hands. What would you like to do while you're kind of looking around and having dinner with everybody?
Well, Robert Potter feels uncomfortable here. He has kept his distance from Lady Hypatia in the 10 years since the horrible events at which he last saw her, in which many people died. And so he's been trying to just have a normal life. He came out of obligation to her, but he's just trying to get through the evening. So who's he sitting next to again?
We put you. Let's see if okay.
He's between the ladies, between DeGray.
Yeah, Lady DeGray and Lady Brookberry. So yes, okay. The mean-looking young woman and the drunken older woman, Lady Brookberry. Lady DeGray is the younger one with a cruel look in her eye.
So if they try to engage him in conversation, he just deflects to talking about like heads of cattle and sheep and things like that, and like very boring things, and try as a way to try to stay out of conversation with them. Other than that, he's looking around to see if anything unusual is going on. Is there like he's sort of like he's got PTSD. He's always a little hypervigilant, so he's exercising that. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. Why doesn't he give me a? You can choose. You can use psychology to kind of look at the other guests and find out something about them, or you could use spot hidden to see something happen or to see something interesting.
It's going to be spot hidden, and you just roll under, right? That's all.
That's right.
He succeeds on spot hidden.
Okay, very good. Let's see. With your successful spot hidden, you notice that Basil Martens, Lord Tweedchester, isn't touching his meal at all. And in fact, you are surprised to see that this Marquess at one point takes a bit of food like off his plate carefully and eats it, and that's the only thing you see him eat. He just, whether he thinks the food is disgusting or he has some sort of problem with how it's presented, he is really not eating. It seems significant to you.
Robert brought plenty of road rations on the way on the long horse ride from Pennyworth on Farthingdale.
Yes.
So he's also going to not eat anything, having observed that.
Interesting. Okay. I will say make a con roll.
Con roll. And that's just under my con again.
That's right. Con is your constitution or health.
Yeah. Success.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, you're used to living in the saddle, going a long time without food, so that's not going to bother you later. If you'd failed, I would have said maybe later your stomach's going to start rumbling and it's going to cause some sort of complication. And now I understand that Lord Billiam had a check he'd like to make. Lord Billiam, you may go ahead and tell me about that.
The room that we're in, are there windows around?
Yes, I believe so, unless Lady Hypatia would correct me. I think that there'd be windows.
Yeah.
Would it be terribly rude if I stood up and walked over to a window? There's something that I like to do whenever I'm in a new environment. In my pocket, I have something that I'm constantly fiddling with. And if I could, I'd like to kind of walk over to a window and pull from my pocket a small lens and look back at the room and I just need to check the room out because it's something that I always have to do ever since I was a kid.
Very good.
With this lens.
So you are checking the room out with this lens.
Well, I think I would start by looking. That's why I went at the window. I would start by looking out the window and then swivel around to the room. I just need to know what's happening.
Very good. From this window, you can get a view of Mobb House's grounds. And I can tell you that it is modeled somewhat after the palace at Versailles. And so there is a hedge maze. There is also a tennis court. And there is one other thing. Let's see here. Well, in any court, a hedge maze, a forest, and tennis courts. At this point, though, you're not getting, nothing is being picked up by the strange lens that you and your party picked up on a much earlier adventure. I need you to make a power roll. Try to roll under your power score.
No.
Okay. So you shift around to everybody else and make a stealth roll to make sure nobody can tell you're doing this, Lord Billiam, or it's going to look very odd.
Is it as big as that? I always thought it was smaller. This
it's about the size of a saucer.
Okay. Stealth is alphabetical. Yeah. Oh yeah, massively. 17.
So nobody notices you, but you're not sure if it's working or not, and it's frustrating for you because Wiggles could always get it to work. Geez, if only Wiggles were here, but she's been missing nigh these 8 years, or give or take. That's not to say you can never try it again, Lord Billiam, but right now it doesn't appear to be activating for you. And now I'm going to talk to Pip Borthwick. Pip Borthwick, you have Lady de Grey, the cruel-looking young countess, on one side of you, and you have Lady Hypatia on the other side. Pip Borthwick, who would you like to talk to or look at, or what would you like to do here at dinner?
Yes, so before we get into that super serious question, is my manservant Patterson here?
Patterson! I always forget Patterson. Of course he's here, yes.
Thank God. Okay, and is this like 8 years or so from the one I did?
That sounds about right. I think you were something like 1855, and we are now in 1865, so it's actually quite a bit more. No, you were 1858, maybe. Yeah, you're quite a bit older, yes.
Okay. So he's gotten older but not wiser. So we join him mid-conversation, and he's talking to Lady de Grey. And that's when I came up. So my teacher, my fellow student, even my trusty manservant Patterson, all of them were trembling in terror. And I came up with a brilliant idea that saved everyone. I'm sure, no doubt you've heard about my legendary exploits, but I just wanted to tell you, just so that you knew.
Make a charm roll.
Let's see, what's my charm? Where's charm again?
They are in alphabetical order.
60.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
You have a pretty strong charm. 60?
Charm and luck and money are my.
This is important because I can just tell you, based on your credit rating, Pip, you know that Lady de Grey is one of the people with money here, so you want her to be impressed. And right now, she's looking at you like this.
I rolled a 26 for 60, so got it. A charm.
So you got it, and you got it hard because you got it at half your score. You still made it. So she is fascinated, and she's like, "Really? I understand that this Neptune society often journeys to dark corners of the world and brings back treasure, trinkets."
Well, yes, we are pretty special. I mean, I haven't gotten any trinkets, but it's not for lack of talent. I can tell you that.
No, so your adventure was mostly to do with corpses.
That's right. I turned one to salt.
Yes. And she starts to eat, but then is put off a little bit. However, I will say that you have established a rapport with her. and you can talk to her, and she will reveal things to you now. You have charmed her. Okay.
Sweet.
She mainly wants to hear about your adventures and about the Neptune Society and how exciting it is. If you ever want to kind of leverage her for something.
So after she's gone to her food, always looking for someone to impress with his own stories, he notices Lord Billiam because he knows about this guy because he was students with his sister.
Right. Yes. His adoptive sister. Yes. He worked with Wilma Wiggles. Yes.
Right. So I get up and I walk over to Lord Billiam. I assume this is the first time we're meeting. He's like, "Hi there. I'm Pip Borthwick. That's Borthwick. Pip is spelled how it sounds, PIP. Nice to meet you. I knew Wiggles. We go way back. How's she doing?"
I know. She told me of you. You're quite a character. I don't know how she's doing, and honestly, I can't believe you would ask me that.
Yeah, she disappeared years ago, Pip. And everybody seems a little uncomfortable because I will also say, Pip, that you probably don't walk over to him since you're all seated at table. You probably shout this across the table and make everybody feel a little awkward. And now it's Lady Hypatia's turn to kind of smooth this over. Lady Hypatia, you may declare an action, and you also probably need to smooth over Pip's faux pas.
Okay. So I start things out working on Tweedchester. I'm doing an active persuade about how interesting Mr. Klooster is, Herr Klooster. And I'm just telling him about his unholy powers, like basically softening
unholy,
him up.
You say?
Yes. Softening him up so that when we all turn and chat in the other direction for 5 minutes, they are ready to go. And I'm telling him about how the Neptune Society does amazing things. And I sort of use Klooster as a segue to recounting the story of the events in Belgium that Colonel Potter and I went into, sort of explaining that people of the Dutch race are more connected with the dead, as their land is basically just a refuge pit for everything that was thrown into a river in France or Germany.
Well, then I must visit there, shan't I?
You must. You simply must.
I love a rubbish pit.
It is a land of bizarre and, again, unholy inclinations. You Miss Herr Klooster.
I have a few of those, as you know, Lady Hypatia.
Of course. Let me roll persuade.
Yes, please do.
All right, I don't make it.
He then totally co-ops the conversation for an unpolite amount of time, telling you about his travels and all of the unholy inclinations he's had while visiting Paris and other ports of call throughout Europe.
Are we talking about the purchasing and selling of ladies? Are we talking about that sort of thing? Is that what I'm getting out of him?
Oh no, he probably isn't quite so. He isn't quite so bold as to say that he uses sex workers, right? Yeah. Yes, he definitely hints at the fact that he's a notorious rake. Well, he meets women, but he doesn't pay for them. Why? They come falling into his arms, and now you may make a psychology roll, Lady Hypatia.
All right. And I do not make it.
Okay. I'm going to give you another clue instead of what you would have gotten from that.
Okay.
And the other clue I'm going to give you is that our friend is he has all the earmarks of a very aristocratic family. Does that make sense? Like he seems very pale, very sickly, like he probably has a couple problems that are due to his very rarefied breeding.
That's reasonable. The moment Lord Borthwick makes his distasteful outburst, yes. I was very pleased with what Borthwick was doing when he was working Lady de Grey. But when he does that, I also then clock that Billiam has decided to get up from table during dinner service. I am going to cast propriety to the side and gently touch the forearm of Borthwick. And I would like to roll intimidate with my touching of the forearm of Borthwick. Is that okay?
Certainly you may. Of course, that makes sense.
All right, and I make that.
Ah, very good. Pip Borthwick, your character is your own at all times, but I will tell you that not only do you quiet down in this instance, but you feel that Lady Hypatia is the leader of this weekend. And if Lady Hypatia thinks a course of action is good, I would ask you to make your character consider it thoroughly. Does that make sense?
You love to do that to me.
Well, otherwise,
yeah, I guess so. Or did you ever consider that maybe I'm the victim?
Okay. So I don't want to say everybody just gets one action. We have a little time here. Does anybody have one thing that they're dying to do? Because after dinner, I believe there is a entertainment. Is that right, Lady Hypatia? But before we get into that, does anybody have anything that they'd like to do? Okay, go ahead.
Really
out.
Oh, I didn't really talk to the gentleman on the other side of me. Has anyone? No one has really gotten a chance to talk to him. Is that correct?
Oh no, well, Lady Hypatia was talking to Lord Tweedchester. Yes, oh yes. You may talk to him once if you'd like.
Yeah, I quickly say to him, I'm like, yeah, I'm a master of the occult, and the spirits in the room are very insistent about something. They keep telling me that you have something you want to tell me. And this is just kind of like a party trick I do because I'm not very good at small talk.
Oh, no.
I don't say that last part.
Mum's the word with me. No. I don't tell tales from school. No, I have nothing I want to tell you, sir. I assure you of that. I have nothing I need to tell a commoner.
Oh.
Make a psychology roll if you'd like.
All right. Let's see here. Exactly on it. 30.
Oh, then you may check it. And I will tell you that you have hit a nerve, which is why he suddenly decided to pull rank on you. You were just kind of fishing the way a mentalist does, and you realize he does have something to hide. And now it's time for the ladies to go through.
Yes.
So the ladies will go through into the drawing room. The gentlemen can stay and have their cigars. And that's when Lord Mobb finally becomes very animated. And he's like, cigars, gentlemen, cigars. Everybody gets a cigar. There you are, yes. And he lights his... the gentlemen can interact with the gentlemen, and the ladies can interact with the ladies. And since Lady Hypatia is alone in the drawing room with Lady de Grey and Eudora Winter, the Baroness Brookberry, she can talk to either of them very quickly or investigate something about them, and then I'll go back to the gentleman, and then we will have the evening's entertainment.
I would just like to try to persuade Lady de Grey about the importance of the Neptune Society.
Okay, very good.
And I make it.
Very good. Okay, so that's a charm and a persuade. And so she finally just talks to you about how her rival, she doesn't say my rival, but she's talking to you, gossiping with you about this woman that she really quite hates, Lady Penrule, and his husband's club, or her husband's club, I'm sorry, Lady Penrule's husband's club just brought back a great jewel found in the sands of Arabia, and they gave it to the Penrule house, and it's a beautiful, exquisite, new addition to their collection. And Lady de Grey is wondering if the Neptune Society, does things like that.
I would first like to say that a gem of that size should not be worn by a woman with a nose of that size. Am I right? And 100% yes, I'm going to tell her a story about the beautiful headdress of a Near Eastern origin, I believe, that Flash, what's his name?
Yes, Colonel Flash.
And just kind of get her excited about the idea of antiquities being given to supporters of the Neptune Society.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just keen to kind of fill her house with the stolen artifacts of other cultures. And you're telling her that's totally possible.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And I'd just like to gesture to scimitar while I do it.
Very good. You gesture to the Cthulhu sculpture, perhaps, that our very excellent artist Will Potsworth worked into the one portrait there. And now I will go back to the gentleman. You guys, you have to work together here. I'm going to give you one thing you can investigate. So what is it? These two gentlemen are here, and you also are up from dinner now. You can explore a little bit if you want, but I want you all to decide on one thing if you can.
Are we trying to actively convince like Tweed Chester to give money to the Neptune Society?
That is yes. That the answer is yes. He's another person here who has money.
I mean, should we? I've got a pretty good fast talk. I don't know if there's a way to sort of work him to try and get him to commit money.
I think that a fast talk could work here. I mean, you could kind of get him to make a promise now with a fast talk, and then it'd be uncomfortable for him to try to weasel out of that promise later.
I would like to do that.
Okay, great.
I don't mean to speak for all of us. I was just recommending that as a course of action.
No, that sounds like a good one.
Okay, my fast talk is a 60, and I roll a 6.
Oh, okay. So you guys watch in, maybe you're impressed, or maybe you kind of watch in horror if you have any sense of propriety. Wait, these characters don't really have that. So you guys are just really impressed as Lord Billiam goes so far as to get Tweedchester to sign a promise that he will be donating to the new headquarters.
You won't regret it, Tweedchester.
I should say not. And I hope that a membership card comes with my donation.
Anything's possible.
Oh, yes. I bet you gentlemen get up to all kinds of scary, spooky doings in your clubhouse late at night when no one's watching, eh?
Yeah, Barnaby can tell you all about that.
And in fact, that's a perfect segue into, I will let Lady Hypatia introduce the night's entertainment of the first night of this shooting party at Mobb House.
Well, as the gentlemen come through, I scurry about the drawing room, blowing out most of the lamps and candles. And then, when things have gotten sufficiently moody, I turn to Herr Klooster and I say, Herr Klooster, I have been told that you will pleasure all of us with a performance of your unnatural necromantic powers. And there is a table prepared that has, I don't know if you work with a Ouija board or if they're like little drums or something like that, but whatever shit you need is like laid out. I had you lay it out before because you're not a titled aristocrat. You're kind of like a servant. So I was just like, go in there and do that. But now we're very much like setting the stage that this is your moment.
I will say that Lord Tweedchester claps like this and immediately runs and gets a seat as close as he can to said table. Lady de Grey, you maybe perhaps one of you hear her mention to someone, I don't really care for this sort of thing. And then our Countess Brookberry, she almost falls over when you all enter the room and everybody's getting seated. And she has yet another glass of wine in her hand. She's looking very unsteady right now.
Has Potter looked at me?
I mean, in a cursory way, you know, he said hello at the beginning of the evening, but it was pretty quick. I mean, you know, Potter has deep feelings for Lady Hypatia, but ever since she was married, he's given up the ghost and has a wife of his own at home now. So he tries to stifle those feelings as best he can.
So we've never made eye contact at this point.
No, I think we made eye contact when he showed up, I would have imagined. But other than that, he's been avoiding conversation.
Okay.
Since the introduction.
I hand it over to Herr Klooster.
I walk over to the table. I sort of wave my hand, like almost hold my hand over each item. It's really mostly just stalling technique for myself to kind of decide what approach I'm going to take. I am actually very interested to look at that picture, though. I just happened to be drawn to it, like the picture. Can I just
in the background there?
Yeah. Is that, I suppose that's a family picture?
Yes, of the Mobbs, actually. So, Lady Hypatia has married into this family, but here in the drawing room, there is an old photo of the Mobbs. And because Everett Mobb has only recently come into a great fortune and become one of the landed gentry, he had to take a photo of his parents very quickly before they died of various being poor related ailments.
I guess I pick up one of the candles and the sort of overturned goblet, and I have my father's ceremonial dagger, which I definitely talk about a lot as I talk to the people assembled. I say, if you don't know, I am a master of the occult. My father, my departed father, was a master of the occult. I'm actually more of a master's of the fine arts of the occult. It's not quite as good as a master's, but it's close. And I say, the fact that I am so identical to my dead father, and we both have this occult connection. The fact that when people look on me, they see his face. That you could almost say that I am statistically identical to my father. I am connected all the more to the realm of the dead. Does anyone here want to try to contact someone close to them that has passed on to the other side? And I kind of look around the room. I'm mostly sort of looking at people who maybe seem a little bit more like Marks, a little bit, maybe less Neptune Society people, just sort of trying to get a sense of who it should be.
The old woman suddenly goes, "I'll do it. Huh. Lord knows I've lost plenty of friends."
All right. And I sort of hold the goblet in my hand and I say, I knew it would be you, madam. Drinks hold a special purpose for you, don't they?
Well, they certainly make things easier.
But also, and then I kind of just trail off, but also. But also they
make
they are a link.
They're a link to the past.
Yes. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, he's very good, Hypatia. Oh,
It was a delight, a sheer delight.
Is there someone from your past, a link to your past, a Zelda, or someone, any name really, that comes to
my
mind?
dear departed husband, Roderick.
Yes.
Yes.
And I hold up the candle and I say, Did he like candles?
Did he like them? Well, I know he used one to work by.
And his work was very important to him, I assume.
Yes, I should say so.
Oh, amazing.
Managing a very long
Shocking. He's seen to the very heart of him, Brookbury.
The spirits in this room are telling me that you have something you want to tell me. And I feel a little nervous that I've used that exact same line on someone else just a few minutes ago, but I'm just kind of go past it.
And now you must make a roll, my friend Vander Klooster. And so I don't know. I don't know, based on your performance, if I would allow it to be the occult. It perhaps is something else. What do you think you would use?
Let's see here. It's definitely not intimidating. I mean, I guess maybe it's psychology again, but admittedly, it's not my highest stat now that I think about it.
It's kind of like fast talk or persuade.
It is. It is like both of those things. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you roll a hard occult roll, which means half of your skill, which for you is I think a 35. And if you can do that, I'll allow it, because you are being tangentially almost using the occult, but not really.
I'm like someone who like can kind of do it, but they're not as good at it, so they just kind of use it as a side flavor on something else.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like Klooster really wanted to be an actor or a doctor, but never learned how to doctor. Either way,
he kind of had to go into the family business, but
right.
49 didn't do it.
But you have luck. You have luck. And so you can spend 4 luck if you'd like from your luck pool. It will go down by 4 points, and you will be successful. Would you like to do that? It's a pretty good idea.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So you spend those 4 points of luck, and you just happen to hit on something. And I apologize, Arnie and Mr. Klooster. What was the last thing you asked her? That it was like you needed her to.
Just that there was something she needed to tell me.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there is something she definitely needs to tell you.
I did dive down into any specifics over the sort of dialogue I had with her. Just anything you need to tell me.
Okay. What does she need to tell you? Gosh, I guess she just goes, well, I'm quite hated by everyone. It's no secret. People hate me because I drink and then I talk too much, and I am sorry, Lady de Grey, for what I said and what I saw, and I promise I'll never tell anybody. And Lady de Grey is like, Eudora! And basically, this woman who's had way too much to drink, you just brought her to suddenly having, it's either a breakthrough or a breakdown, but she's become extremely improper and is insinuating that everybody hates her because she's a gossip and that she knows everything about everybody, which you might not have known before, but you now know. She's saying she's sorry that she has dirt on everybody and that when she drinks, she talks. It's not her fault. It's the drink. And that is what you have learned.
And I pat her and I say, the spirits tell me that everyone doesn't hate you. I don't hate you. And we should definitely talk later. I'm very interested in chatting with you further.
Very, very well. And so she thanks you. She suddenly comes to her senses a little bit and realizes that she has, ruined her social reputation in one night here by getting too drunk and suddenly confessing all. And she goes and she sits down. And Lord Tweedchester says, now that was fun. Now we will cut to the following morning.
Oh, no. During the night, I would like to try to project into the dreams of Lady de Grey.
Oh, very good. And I will tell you something else. I saw that. I apologize, Pip Borthwick. I just saw that you had an action you'd like to take. Is it too late now?
No, I can make it work.
We have time. Go ahead. What would you like to do? And then we will watch Lady Hypatia project into the dream world.
So I obviously knew that the seance was bullshit. Obviously.
Yes.
But Pip Borthwick is a master of very few things, but the few things that he is good at, he is excellent at. At any time during the night, I'd like to roll for an occult to see if there's anything suspicious going on.
Certainly. You go ahead and roll for your occult. Lady Hypatia, your lady's maid has prepared you, has combed out your tresses, has put you in your nightgown, and you are retiring to your room. Of course, you do not share it with Lord Mobb for your.
We've got 3 heirs.
Yes.
You need more?
Yeah. Yeah, and Pip, I will come back to your role. And were you successful?
Oh, I was super successful.
Okay, great. Lady Hypatia, tell me what you're doing, because in Lady Hypatia's last adventure, she entered the dream world and gained some dreaming skills. So tell me what you're doing.
So I have been working on my dreaming since that happened. I was like, oh, I've got a thing. If any of you guys are familiar with Sarah Schaefer's album, you remember when she talks about how when she figured out she was, what do you call it when women make water? A squirter. When she figured out she was a squirter, she's like, I've got a thing.
Wow, I did not think that this would come up tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when Lady Hypatia figured out that she could lucid dream, she's like, oh, I've got a thing. And she's been working it as hard as she could since that happened. And so she's developed a tiny bit of a laudanum just helps you sleep. So she just does a drop or 2 of laudanum under the tongue. And then she goes to sleep and use her best practices for sort of focusing herself before going into the dreamscape. And she really wants to project into Lady de Grey's dreams to try to influence her to give money to the Neptune Society. But as she is falling asleep, her mind turns to Potter. And so maybe it isn't as focused as she wants it to be. But let's see how my dreaming roll goes.
Yes. What is your skill in dreaming?
My skill in dreaming is 17.
Okay.
And this motherfucker just rolled a 5.
Holy shit. Okay. So I think Potter is perhaps awake right now, but you find yourself sort of swimming past his conscious mind, and you realize it is barred, it is locked to you. And that perhaps fills you with pain, Lady Hypatia, that his mind is locked to you, his heart is locked to you, but soon you find yourself in a fine drawing room. Why, you are in Lady de Grey's mansion, and she is standing over a Lady Penrule, and Lady Penrule, yes, and Lady Penrule is has sort of a harness on her. And Lady de Grey is whipping her with a horse whipping, going, ha 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 ha! Who's the stronger woman now, Penrule? Who is in charge? Who is the mightier? And she's just whipping her and forcing her into a submissive position.
And I would like to say, through the Neptune Society, all this and more can be true. And then I would like to evolve my visage to look a little bit more like Nodin's god of dreams and the sea, who I faced in battle before, and just sort of lightly take his image, but then back down to my own.
Make one more dreaming roll. Let's see how this goes for you.
I'm never gonna fucking make it.
I mean, I can't believe you made the first one.
A 0 and a fucking 9, boys.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Check your dreaming skill. Let's see. Lady Hypatia checked dreaming skill. So if she comes back, that's going to improve. And she will come back. Okay, if she survives.
I might die.
Yeah, you could die, but who knows? Right now, Lady de Grey, is just yes, bring me this power, demon! Ah! And you can see that she is a horrible person.
But I got a trick, like Sarah Schaefer.
Being inside of her mind makes you feel quite oily, Lady Hypatia. But I digress. Pip Borthwick, you succeeded well on your occult roll.
Yes, so let me set the scene. So this is throughout the night, and of course Pip is nosy as fuck. So he's walking around, looking at everything, having opinions on everything. Then he goes to bed. Patterson makes him some milk and brandy. And he looks at his pictures of his college friends when they were all on vacation, bathing, swimming rather. You know, just to remember the good times. You know.
Sure. It's amazing that he has photos of that, because that meant everybody had to stand naked in a swimming hole for like 20 minutes without moving. But okay,
they had a portrait artist because they were all rich.
Exactly.
So they're just painting. They're just little paintings that he had.
So he's looking for anything occult about Mobb House, or what is he looking?
Just anything that stands out. And so it's supernatural, that sort of thing. And so my occult is 60, but I rolled a 13.
Very good. Anything that stands out as occult,
supernatural, any of that sort of stuff.
You know, I've got to be honest with you. He walks the grounds, and he does not. I'm not trying to say no, but I will say that there's nothing overtly occult about Mobb House. It is a perfectly mundane, although quite tastefully decorated. If you say modeling something on Versailles is tasteful, country manor house. I will say that maybe at one point when he is doing this occult investigation, you know, you're looking at all the sculptures and you're looking through all the books, and you're kind of studying all these different things. He does find in the library. That's what he finds. Thank you. I had to talk through it. He finds some old scrolls that Lady Hypatia has in the library that explain some of the magic that she herself knows.
Oh, all right. What are they written in?
I believe they were in my memory. If my memory serves, I think Latin, but I could be wrong.
Also,
how do you go ahead?
One of them has like dried chocolate on it. I don't know if you taste it, but you scrape it off and you smell it, and it's dried chocolate.
I taste it before I even smell it. It's chocolate. I read Latin. Pip reads Latin, so
would you like to stay up all night reading Latin? Give me a Latin roll.
All right. I'm probably not going to get this one. My Latin is a 20. Let's see how I do. 61.
Too high for luck to help you, I'm afraid. Pip Borthwick, you're like, damn it, these mobs, they know magic, and I haven't been able to suss out how to do the magic that they know. But you're sure that this is an occult text that can teach you hidden secrets. Meanwhile, Robbie Potter, you were awake. What are you up to as everybody dozes quietly?
Robbie Potter just has 2 hours of wakefulness in the middle of every night. He never sleeps through the night. And he has, he's restless and anxious. And so he is, as long as he's up, he's going to go check on his horse. That is his, I'll go check on my horse. But really, he's, looking around, not for occult things, but for anyone moving around who shouldn't be anything unusual. And he also wants to surreptitiously mob farm sheep, right?
That's right.
He surreptitiously wants to check out the size of Mobb's sheep operation because he's in a competition with him that only Robbie knows about.
Great. Okay, so if he, I want you to do 2 rolls. One, I want you to do a spot hidden roll to see how well you do and what you notice about what people are doing during the night. And the next one I want you to do is a natural world or tracking roll. You can choose when you go out into, you actually have to go out of like the walls of the estate and kind of down over some hills to get to where they keep their animals and things like that. I mean, you can't have sheep running around something that's supposed to look like Versailles.
Spot hidden, fail.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that one obvious person, Pip Borthwick, you see him kind of reading in the library and he doesn't spot you.
Okay, I just go on by. I don't, this odd man can do what he wants in the library. I'm used to odd aristocrats spending time in libraries they shouldn't.
Certainly.
And here's tracking. Another fail.
Okay, so with your other fail, you will just you'll kind of go down over the hill and you'll kind of look at all of the sheep like in their big kind of sodden, mushy white lump, kind of sleeping together. And when you see them, you realize that Mobb really is just a farmer like you. He hides it behind a really wealthy facade, but he's just a farmer like you. Potter, I'm going
worse farmer than me.
No, not at all. In fact, his animals don't look quite as cared for, even though he has a lot more. And Potter, I'm going to give you 4 extra sanity for realizing that. Might come in handy later.
Okay.
Well, that's your consolation prize for
getting a little bit of perspective, right?
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
Yeah,
the wealthy really aren't that different. They're just like us.
Why am I so down on myself? Like, yeah, we're just people. Yeah.
I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you one other clue, which is that you realize that on the grounds of Mobb House, there really is there are no animals other than birds. Really, this isn't like the forest is not really a forest. It's a forest they've kind of grown here on purpose, or they've implanted the trees, and so it's not a deep dark wood filled with all kinds of animals. They just have grouse and pheasant here, and the sheep and the livestock down over the hill where all the animals are taken care of. On your way back in, though, you meet a gentleman who's already in tweeds, because it's getting quite early now. It's sometime in the 4 a.m. hour, and he's like, hello there.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you recognize this man because he would have been in Lady Mobb's employ a while. This is Mr. Throckmorton, the huntsman. Who'll be leading the hunt.
I remember Mr. Throckmorton. Hello, Mr. Throckmorton. It's me, Robbie Potter. Good to see you. It's been a fort year. Is that a real period of time?
And how are you doing, Mr. Potter? Off on your own. I heard you've taken a wife.
Yes, Abigail. Yeah, she's a good little wife to me. We don't have any trouble out there in Pennyworth on Farthingdale. Things are
I
nice
wish
and
you all
quiet.
of God's graces, and I wish you many healthy children.
Are you leading the hunt tomorrow?
I am indeed, sir. I am indeed.
All right. Well, good hunting to us then.
Very good, sir. Remember,
Robert Potter tries to make small talk with this guy he hasn't seen in a decade.
and I guess he fails unless he would like to try some sort of social role to kind of really commiserate with him and find something out.
That would be great. Let me see what I got here. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, okay. Could we have a conversation about the forest using my survival in the forest skill?
Yeah, you could. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Just like a general info. How's the forest doing? And where are we going to go tomorrow?
Yeah.
Failure.
Wow. Okay.
I try to come up with something about I'm like, yeah, the trees are. How are they looking today? We got them.
He is a little distracted because he is preparing a hunt for everybody, a shoot for everybody. And he will just say he's glad that you are here, a man who knows his way around a firearm. You can help keep these mad men and women safe, these mad, noble men and women. That they can, they'll be drinking while they're out there, and he needs your help.
That's the lot of us low-born folks, isn't it? To try to save the skins of these rich idiots.
Well, I'll tell you, it's quite awkward, sir, and I'd only tell you, but I'm actually a quite distant relation from Lord Tweedchester.
Really? How distant?
Yes, very distant. It's quite back in our family tree. I guess when some people moved to Scotland and some people moved to London. But yes, we are very distantly related in our ancestral tree.
Does Lord Tweedchester know this?
Well, I won't be the one to bring it up to him.
Okay. Well, I'll file that away.
And so the next morning, bright and early, the sun is not quite up yet. Servants meet you on the back lawn, and you are served mulled wine, or what did you say? You wanted gin?
Everybody gets a flask of gin for like while they're hunting, but mulled wine and gingerbread in the morning.
Very good. Mulled wine and gingerbread, just enough to kind of give you a little something in your stomach and to get you a little loose and ready to have fun. The huntsman, Mr. Throckmorton, is there, and he also has his beaters with him, the people that will go out into the bushes and get the birds to fly up. You need to split into 2 groups of 5. The ladies are going to shoot as well. And so let me know if you guys want to split up or if you want to stay as one group with like one NPC to kind of join you. It could be Throckmorton or it could be someone else.
I just want to arch my eyebrows at Lady DeGrey this morning. I just want to do a little bit of like, hey, sleep well.
When you see her, she is like drinking her flask already, and she's like ready to hunt. Ready to take the things I want and pluck them out of the air, Lady Hypatia.
Robert's gonna try to stay with the drunkest woman in the party in order to make sure that a sober adult is around to make sure no one gets hurt.
That's already Brookberry again. Somehow she has 2 flasks. Lady Hypatia was sure she only asked them to bring 1 for each of you, and somehow she has 2. What I will also say is that let's see. Oh, you all are issued a shotgun. That shotgun is it's an early shotgun, it being 1865. It is a single barrel, kind of a relatively new invention. It does a 2d6 at 10 yards, 1d6 at 20 yards, and 1d3 at 50 yards. And it can only shoot every other round because you have to take a moment to reload it. So if anybody has a question about that, the technicals, yes, you can ask a question now if you'd like.
I travel with my own Henry rifle. That I'm proficient with.
Well,
Robert
Mr.
also has a
Throckmorton
rifle
goes,
he would travel with.
oh, you're going to have trouble hitting birds with a rifle, sir, unless you're quite the crack shot. You need a shotgun for this.
All right. Fair enough.
So, and I have, of course, I have the shotgun, but I also have Patterson, who has his own gun. In case I miss a bird, he'll shoot one, and I'll just claim it for my own.
Very good. And so as the beaters and Mr. Throckmorton decide to take you off into these coverts where you'll begin the day's festivities, do you want to all stay together, or would you like to split into 2 groups with the NPCs?
When I see Potter going and paying attention to Lady Brookberry, I'm going to go and stand by the charming Mr. Lord Borthwick.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, I suppose Potter notices this and is slightly confused. She seems mad about I don't know what.
Sure. Potter. I'm getting the vibe that he's really moved on, Lady Hypatia, and I wonder to what ends Lady Hypatia will perhaps embarrass herself. I don't know. I'm not gonna make decisions.
I mean, he believes he's told himself he's moved on. He's telling himself that.
So if does anybody have any thoughts on how they'd like to grow up? Lord Billiam, I saw you.
Yeah, I've made a connection with Barnaby. He's really the only one of this crew that I like. No offense.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Okay.
And Lady Hypatia is paying me attention, so of course I'll stick with that.
Well, it sounds like Lady Hypatia has sort of split the groups by kind of moving away from Potter. And so I'm going to say the groups kind of start to form, and they are going to be Lady Hypatia with Pip Borthwick, and then Countess DeGrey. Yes. Is she the Countess? Yes. De Grey, yes. De Grey.
Oh yeah, if DeGray's there, then I'm super excited because I get to like run my mouth to both of them.
That's also who you were talking to, right? And I think we'll go ahead and put Brookberry with this group as well. Oh no, actually, we're going to put our friend Tweedchester with this group so that there is another man. So it's girl, boy, and Throckmorton will go with you as well because he wants to keep an eye on these ladies. So that means the other group is going to be Vandercluster, Lord Billiam, Robbie Potter, and the drunk, Lady Brookberry.
Robbie Potter steals a glance at Lady Hypatia as they move in different directions.
Is Mobb shooting or not?
And Mobb will go with that group as well.
Of course, because he fucking understands that Potter was making moves on me for fucking decades. Mobb, he may be dull, but he's keeping an eye on Potter, okay?
Robbie's been nothing but a perfect gentleman at every moment of his fucking life.
Mobb's big sausagey hand slaps you on the back, Potter, and he's like, now you be sure to keep your eye on what you're shooting at.
I have to say, this is the most erotically charged I've been since I was face to face with an old god. Like, this is, all I'm thinking about is how I can pull Lord Billiam into this.
Nothing like death to get you, the death of small animals to get you erotically charged. Soon you are all in separate coverts. Remember your groups, but if you get confused, I have them in my notes here in front of me. And so you see the beaters, Jeremy, German, and Arthur go out into the bushes ahead of you. And these coverts, how do I describe them? They're kind of like a little bit like a ditch, but then they kind of put like some hay bales up and stuff so that you have, it's kind of like a bit of a duck blind, but it's out on like a big kind of sloping, back acreage. And then ahead of you are woods, copses of woods that have, as I said, have kind of been, purposefully landscaped on this giant lawn. And the beaters are back there, and you hear them kind of going like, yep, and like banging pans and stuff to kind of get the birds to fly out. And so let us start first with Lady Hypatia, Pip, De Grey, Tweedchester, and Throckmorton's group. Suddenly, a big cloud of pheasants bursts into the air, and that is your time to fire. And so let's see how you do.
Oh, I miss.
Pip?
Which one?
Firearms, rifle, shotgun, which for you is a healthy.
Yeah.
It's only 30.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Okay. Hold on, so I'll fire. An 80.
An 80.
I just shoot the exact wrong direction.
Wham! And Patterson, your faithful manservant, rolls behind you. And he gets within his firearm skill. Whang! And he's like, don't worry, I've got you, sir.
You're always there for me, Patterson.
Birds fall out of the sky.
Did you see? I hit it.
Let's see how Countess de Grey does.
Oh, that's loud.
97. So she's like, oh, pish tosh. She missed. And Throckmorton is kind of just keeping an eye on everybody. So some birds fall, and then Throckmorton releases the dogs he has with him. He has 2 dogs, and they run off into the bushes to get those pheasants. And when he does that, I would like a listen roll from Pip and Lady Hypatia.
I think my listen is very low.
I fail.
And I succeed. 6 out of 20.
Oh, okay. So you hear the dogs, like they're very quiet. They're these hounds. They run off into the bushes, and then a minute later you hear, faintly because it's kind of far away. Yipe! Meanwhile, the Vandercluster, Lord Billiam, Robbie Potter, Lady Brookberry, and Everett Mobb are tromping through the countryside, and that you guys have to go a bit farther so you're not like right inside the range of the other party's shoot. And you finally come to the covert that Everett Mobb has prepared for you. And you all take up your positions. The beaters are off in the bushes going, yeah, 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 clang, clang. And all of a sudden, here come a bunch of birds, and you can roll to see if you hit anything.
Success.
Success for Everett Mobb, too. A critical.
That's why I fucking married him.
Oh, he came with us.
Lord Billiam just missed.
Uh-huh.
Barnaby practically couldn't have done worse.
Yes. Well, thanks to Everett Mobb and Robbie Potter, a lot of birds have fallen. So Everett Mobb releases some dogs. He likes to control his own dogs. You know, they run out and they start. They run back with pheasant, and then you hear the beaters off in the bushes, and they're going like, ah, clang, clang, ah!
They're good at what they do.
Wait, like a horrible scream?
Roll psychology if anybody would like to.
Oof. No, fail.
I fail a psychology roll. Could I try survival in the forest?
Yes, you may.
Like, let me see if these people are surviving in the forest. I succeed at that.
Okay. That's not the sound you make as a proper beater.
I say that aloud.
Everett Mobb goes, yes, that was a bit unusual, wasn't it?
Yeah, I call out to them. Hello there, you beaters. Are you beating? Are you beating well, or what's going on?
And then you hear another one go, ah!
I lower my rifle and I fire. We all know that's what I do.
You are in the other group, my friend. So you are not aware of this, but you are aware. You're the only one who's aware. I'm going to cut to your group right now. You're the only one who's aware of the sound of the dogs. And would you like to go and investigate?
Patterson, would you check that out for me?
Certainly, sir.
I am loudly telling a story to Lady DeGrey about how I heard about members of the Hebraic faith, successful in business, who were invited on a shooting party, and just how ridiculous I think that is.
She finds, well, let's see. She finds that to be wildly funny and is already you have her in the palm of your hand. You guys have worked this woman, and already here on the Saturday morning shoot, you know you've got her. You entered her very dreams, Lady Hypatia. But now I must tell you that Patterson comes back, and he looks a little pale, and he's like, sir, Lord Borthwick. Yes, the dogs. They have been killed, sir, possibly by some sort of predator out in the bush. Meanwhile, it looks like we've lost Lord Billiam for a moment, but I'm sure he'll be back at any moment. If not, there was a horrible firearms accident. Oh, there he is. So meanwhile, with the other party, would they like to go and check something out, see what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah. Potter would like to hop down. What are we currently? Are we traveling on something, or are we just walking around in the forest? Sorry.
No, that's a good question. So, it's kind of like a big, broad, sloping, rolling lawn, kind of like a back acre,
Got it.
So, but there are these coverts that have been built up, and then in certain places there's like bits of forest kind of sticking out into this beautiful lawn where they can kind of beat the birds up into the air.
Got it. I rush to where Robbie Potter rushes to where the beaters, the sound of the beaters came from.
Can I reload my gun?
Certainly you may, and that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, Potter does that as well as he moves.
I see them do it. I'm like, they seem to know what they're doing, so I gun as well.
Okay. Let's. Here's what I think. Here's what I think happens. You arrive at the location where the beaters would be, and you see a horrible sight. One of them has his entire chest kind of ripped open and part of his neck missing, and there's blood and guts spilled out onto the beautifully manicured lawns.
The lawn.
Yes, the landscaping's been ruined. I mean, these beaters are just servants, but the way in which they have been massively mauled and gnarled is quite horrifying, and all three of you must roll your sanity, and Everett Mobb will as well.
Yeah. Yes, I failed catastrophically. I rolled a 98.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I hard succeeded. 12.
Very good.
Yeah, I succeeded at 45.
Okay, so only Robbie Potter loses sanity. He loses 3 sanity.
I still feeling pretty good about
sanity.
He just got some. That's pretty
Easy
good.
come, easy go.
Yeah,
May I use my lens to scope around the area?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and take out your strange occult magnifying glass, your strange lens, and make a power roll as you do so.
Fuck, I missed it by 2. Can I use 2?
Luck?
Luck?
Actually, in this case, I'm going to ask you, would you like to push?
I forgot what that is.
You roll again, but if you fail a second time, something terrible happens.
Do I not have the option to use the luck?
You may. You may. I was going to try to tempt you into making something horrible happening, but you're too smart for me, Rhett. You spend the 2 luck, and here's the lucky break that you get. You turn your lens like on the bodies, and they are still horrific, but you're not seeing any kind of astral activity around them. But you do turn your lens back to the party with you, and you get to make an idea roll.
That's a percentile roll?
Yes, it's an intelligence roll, basically.
Okay, I rolled a 48 versus my 50. Yes.
So just because you're kind of like scanning everybody, you realize that Lord Tweedchester is kind of standing near your party. He was supposed to go with the others, and he's kind of over by your party right now.
In the distance a bit.
In the distance, yes. Yes. You kind of just spy him in your lens. And that is when Lady Brookberry walks up to the horrible scene of the one beater has his neck ripped open. The other one has his innards kind of yanked out like
Lady
so
Brookberry,
much.
look away.
Well, it's too late because she, 85. She sees it and she goes, "Oh my!" and she vomits everywhere.
That's because she was drunk.
Well, it could have been just her drunkenness, but she is in a very poor state now, and that is when Everett Mobb suggests perhaps we should all go back to the house.
Wait. Mr. Mobb, I don't mean to tell you how to run your estate.
Excuse
but
me, Potter. Excuse
servants
me,
are murdered,
Lord Mobb, Potter.
Lord Mobb, excuse me.
Yes.
Actually, no, he's just Mr. Mobb. I'm a lady. He's just a mister. That's an important part of our relationship. Sorry.
Good point.
Well, he's trying to pull rank on you because you used to be in his employ, really his wife's employ.
Sure, but surely you must want to investigate the deaths of your own men. And I try to use what would be the best role for trying to figure out what has mauled them. Survival forest again?
Oh, you need to intimidate Mobb if you want him to stick here and not run off. And you can use, if you'd like, survival to investigate.
Mr. Mobb, no good man of the land would run off when danger lurks in the forest. I succeed.
Oh, okay. Mobb is like, of course I wasn't talking of running. I was saying for all of you to go back to the house, and then I would investigate, but very well, we can all do it together. I suppose you were in the service.
Very good. Okay, and then I investigate. And what'd you say I should roll?
Survival works. I think that's okay. You could use survival.
They're both 50, and I succeed.
They were. I mean, what can I tell you? It's definitely a wild beast, which strikes you as very odd because you realize there were no wild. You realized last night there are no wild beasts on this property. There's not really like, I mean, like the most that might happen through is like a fox. You know, like there are no bears or wolves in this part of Yorkshire.
Mr. Mobb, have you imported any large beasts to your property? Any American grizzlies, perhaps?
I should say not, sir. This landscaping was done according to, and then he mentioned some sort of book on landscaping.
Well, do you have any idea what could have killed these men? It was a large animal of some kind.
Of course I have no idea. Perhaps it was some sort of escaped tigre from the circus. And so I will return to the others, the other group, and Pip Borthwick. When you all hear that the dogs have been hurt, what do you do?
Oh fuck! This is hard.
Patterson just told Lady de Grey, Lady Hypatia, and Pip that the dogs have been hurting. You know, Throckmorton says he'll go and take a look.
I'm loudly finishing my Jew joke and reloading. Like, I haven't noticed anything.
I too am reloading. Yes, I think Lord Throckmore. Give it one, old man. You know, when I was disguising myself as one of the Queen's military, I thought, what an incredible adventure. And I know that you were looking for an opportunity to join into the Neptune Society and get a taste of some of our adventures. Why don't you go check it out?
Avant, Throckmorton.
Yes, of course, Mom. And he heads off into the wood to look at these injured dogs. And he comes back like almost 10 minutes later. And he looks really sweaty, and like his tweeds have all been kind of ruffled and taken out of shape. And he's like, yeah, I'm afraid some sort of animal got a hold of the dogs. So I think it would be best if we took the ladies back to the house.
No. My husband has spent a great deal of his life breeding those dogs. It's possibly the most important thing that he's done, our boys aside. So I'd like to break my shotgun over my forearm because we're walking and I don't want to do something dangerous. And I want to go see these fucking dogs and figure out what killed the dogs.
Very good. Okay.
I go with Lady Hypatia because a gentleman always goes with a lady, and that's one more gun. And he's a bit of a scurrilous coward anyway.
Right. Okay. So when you arrive, you see that the dogs have been kind of just thrown around, and that's what killed them. It looks like one was tossed very hard against a tree, and another one was sort of. It looks like kind of like stomped into the ground.
Can I roll biology to determine more about what killed them?
You can, absolutely.
And I do not make it.
Okay. Can I roll biology?
Yeah, sure.
I have a pretty high one. Nope, didn't make it.
Lord Tweedchester walks over and goes, "Oh, good Lord, what's happened here? Well, that's truly awful. Oh, some sort of beast must be loose on the grounds."
An excellent observation.
Well, what should we do? Perhaps we should head back to the manor. That's just what I was suggesting, Lord Tweedchester.
No, I think we should meet up with Potter and his group and determine where this creature is. Like, we can't simply let a creature range around the property.
Right. Plus, if we're all together, what an excellent adventure. I'm with Lady Hypatia.
There are sheep to be thought of.
Very good. And so you soon, it's not too far a walk, and you can start just kind of calling out to the other group, and soon everybody is together. Do you all share your intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now everybody is caught up on the fact that The beaters are dead. The beaters are dead, and so are the dogs. So where to next? Do you want to go tromping off into the woods?
We need to track this beast and see if we can figure out where it went.
There was a time in England when a couple of huntsmen could be killed, and no one would ask a question of their lord. However, I mean, liberalism has had its day, and now, there would probably be some sort of inquest. So I think we are all obliged to find out what killed these beaters so that my poor husband Mobb isn't, sent to a penitentiary or some newfangled institution like that.
And Mobb says to you, "That's just what I was telling them, honey. That's just what I was telling them, my dear."
Also, he's the third most interesting person to me right now because Borthwick has been showing his knowledge of biology, which is very impressive, and I have much of a history with Potter.
Borthwick, you did fail that biology roll, though, right?
But he seemed interested. Billiam, has he done anything to pique my interest? Not at all.
Well, I think that Potter's idea is a great idea. Oh, Lord Billiam. Oh, you were just saying hello. You didn't have a roll. Okay, great. Then Potter, you may make. Oh, yes. Go ahead, Lord Billiam.
I never finished. What did I see of Lord Tweedchester through my lens?
It looked like he was out in the middle of the space between the two parties, and then he walked back to the other side.
Okay. Gotcha.
Would it be fair to say, since, this being a Neptune Society event, I could be quick to jump to maybe using my occult abilities to sort of see, I'm just sort of it's probably just an animal, but I mean, just be on the safe side, I should sort of investigate for anything unusual.
That sounds like a good idea. And I will also, so you should roll for Occult, Vander Klooster, and Potter, you should roll your tracking.
Okay. Is there any kind of Call of Cthulhu have any kind of thing where you where you take your time to do a roll to really do it well, or combine with other people?
I think that's completely fair. Do you want to just very carefully take your time on this? If you do that, I'll give you plus 20%.
Yes.
Done.
Actually,
the mechanic I should use is a bonus die. So roll your 10s die twice and take the better result.
Okay, so I'll roll that once.
And don't tell me the result yet, because I want to first handle the more instant thing, which is Barnaby Vander Klooster Jr. sort of kind of looking over this evidence and using his occult knowledge. And what have you arrived at, Vander Klooster?
I rolled a 30. It was definitely a success on a 70. So I actually have really good occult ability, so I should really not be so much of a charlatan, to be honest.
That's true. Well, maybe it's that a lot of occult stuff, but it's not very interesting, or people don't. It's the performance you put on was how you make your living or how you do dad's business. Anyway, you are this is a loup-garou, a werewolf. Without any shadow of a doubt, there is some sort of predatory shapeshifter in our midst.
Classic loup-garou situation we're in right now.
Yes. Meanwhile, Potter has just sort of gone walking off, and Throckmorton goes, "Let me follow you, Mr. Potter. I might be of some help."
That sounds good. I have him come along with me close. I got a 10, so a hard success.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is going to take a while, though, since we gave you that extra time. So I'm going to tell you that you do find paw type prints, and they look simian, like a big hands, but with they don't have the opposable thumb, kind of hands and feet heading off into the brush. And then as you are following them, you realize that it stops being hands and feet and it starts to just be feet, and that it was kind of muddy and mushed up back there near the bodies. But you realize that, in fact, these were shoes. Whoever did this wore shoes, but at a certain point was going on hands and feet.
What kind of shoes?
Well, proper boots, it looks like. Meanwhile, would anybody have that's not with the Throckmorton and Mr. Throckmorton group, Potter and Throckmorton, like to do anything else?
Did I hear the words loop garou?
You did. Vander Klooster said it.
Is anything on me silver?
You may make an idea roll.
Idea? What's that?
It is your intelligence. I'm sorry. See how it says idea right under it?
Oh, yes, I make it.
Okay, so
I make it hard.
Nothing on you is silver, but you do use fine silver with your place settings.
I would like to lean over to Throckmorton. Is Throckmorton being active?
He's headed off with Potter into the brush, and he's helping him track right now.
Are there any more of my men about?
I think they're all dead.
All
just your husband.
All right. I would like to lean over to Mobb and say, bring me knives and forks, lots of them, the good ones.
From back in the house.
From back in the house.
Well, if you say it has to be done, Lady Hypatia. And he starts heading double time back toward the house. And this is when I would like you to, as you're like tracking Robbie Potter, the footsteps go like over to the covert where Lady Hypatia and everybody was, the other party. And then they start to head right back into the center where you can see the rest of the group over there. And that's when Throckmorton puts his hand on your shoulder and says, hold on a minute there.
What is it, Throckmorton?
Make a spot hidden roll.
Spot hidden roll. I fail, but I'd like to push it.
You should.
So I just do it. I just roll again.
You roll again, but if you fail, something horrible happens.
Can I use luck on it?
If you are within 10 points of success, I let people use luck if they'd like. I don't think you can use luck on a pushed roll, though.
I got a 55 and I have 50, so I am within 10 points of it. I'm 5 away.
I'm going to allow it. So go ahead and spend your 5 luck. You did not. Something horrible was bound to happen anyway, but you're going to get a moment to do something about it first. You look over and Throckmorton, like he seems like really sweaty and pale right now, and you look at his hand and you see the hand he's put on your shoulder that he's been bitten by something, and he's kind of sweating and he looks really sick and he's kind of leaning on you. He's having trouble standing up, and you get a chance to do something because you pushed that spot hidden roll. What would you like to do?
What should I do to him? Throckmorton, are you all right? What's the matter? What the devil is the matter, man? And I shove him away.
Okay, you shove him away. Give me a, you know what? For just a shove and not really like a fisticuffs, you could just give me a strength roll right now.
Okay. Massive success. 3.
You throw him down onto the ground, and you bought yourself a moment to get away from him or do something to him. What is it?
I pull out my knife and I try to pin him to the ground by his clothes. I have a hunting knife, and I try to. Does that make any sense to do physically?
Yeah, certainly it does to me. It's the kind of thing adventurers do all the time. You're going to try to pin him to the ground, and I want you to go ahead and give me one knife skill, because I can tell you right now his chest is starting to expand and something strange is happening to him.
Oh, knife skill. Oh, there it is. I see. I see.
And this is happening if you fail. So you've leaped on top of him, and that's when you see that this is happening to him. Yes, he is transforming into some sort of beast, and this could be bad for you. It is time to start going into a rounds. And what the funniest thing about this is actually happening where all the rest of the party could look and see it's happening, but they're all like talking about werewolves and going back to the house, and they don't even see it happening like, 50, 60 yards away.
Robbie
right
Potter shouts a lot. He's like, hey, what?
You can shout for free, and so Robbie Potter screams, and let's see if anybody notices, because in a moment we're going to go into a combat round, and so back with the rest of the group.
I'm kind of explaining what a loop guru is, but I'm literally like doing the exact action of what's happening behind me. I'm like, we'll kind of do this, so we got to keep our eyes out for some kind of situation like that.
I'd like to point my shotgun at Tweedchester, please, because he seemed like he was sketchy and moving away from the group.
Similarly, I would like to refasten the breech of my shotgun and point it at Tweedchester. Also, a little bit scan in my head. How closely related are we?
Tweedchester?
Yeah, me and Tweedchester.
Okay, let me see. Not at all, because I only roll a 10, so 10%.
Wonderful
crossover in family trees.
And I look over to Patterson. And I said, we should give these are aristocrats. We should give them backup.
Great. Patterson brings up his shotgun, and everybody has their shotgun. Tweedchester, and he's like, I can't help it, being out here with all of you, smelling your sweat, and hearing your heartbeat. I could barely sleep last night.
Can I shoot him?
Yes, you may.
I'd like to do that, please.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. 54. So I missed by 4.
Okay, would you like to spend luck?
Luck.
I can't help it. You like he gets blasted to the tune of, since you are at such close range. Rhett, do you have 2d6s in front of you? If not,
I do.
Okay, great. Yeah, he gets blasted.
Whoa, double 6s.
Hey, that's really good. Okay, let me see here. Okay, and the gun does 2d6. So you did 12 damage to this guy, and you blast a hole open in his center, and he goes falling back, and he's like laying on the ground with a hole in him. And you can see like he becomes like very simian and ape-like, and his eyes get kind of yellow. You know how werewolves in movies turn back into humans when they get shot? This one turns back into the monster when he gets shot. And
I always knew the poor were different.
Yes, this is the creature that he looks like, but less active. It is laying on the ground, kind of acting dead. Oh, by the way, everybody needs to roll their sanity when they see this.
Does Potter already have to roll sanity?
Potter should roll his sanity too.
Success for Potter.
Success.
Very good. You lose nothing, Potter.
Success for Billiam.
Success for Barnaby.
Success for Lady Hypatia.
Well, you guys have handled this so cannily that even Countess Lady de Grey and Lady Brookberry are not missing their sanity roll. I don't know how everybody suddenly just rolled successes.
I gotta say, a little bit inside, the notion that a baron is shooting a marquis entitled to 4 silver strawberry leaves on his circlet, I don't know if that's okay. It's not like killing a werewolf I'm fine with, but like killing a werewolf who is that much higher than you and that he should be tried in the House of Lords. I just don't know about this.
Lady Hypatia brings up how improper that is. And at that moment, still a couple 50 yards away, Robbie Potter is fighting for his life. Robbie Potter, what is your dexterity?
50.
You go first. You get one. You got that extra action because you noticed that he was transforming early, and now you get to go first in this combat round.
Can I shoot him at point blank range with my shotgun, which I reloaded a while ago, or is that too tough?
Well, let's see. You were kind of down on the ground with him with a knife. I'd say you could kind of roll off of him as a move action, and you could kind of get your shotgun up, but you can't fire on him. It's a big, long arm. You were kind of rolling around with him on the ground.
Now, is on my sheet, I've got a cavalry saber. Am I carrying around my cavalry saber?
You know what? Make a luck roll.
Okay. All Oh my god, I just barely fail. Can I use luck on my luck roll?
Can't use luck on a luck roll, and so
Literally,
you know,
I would have made it if I had not spent the luck on the spot hidden earlier.
well, that's the way them rules work. And so your cavalry saber was not worn out onto a weekend shoot. Perhaps it would have been. I don't even know if that would have been proper. But regardless, you don't have it. So you have to tell me what you're doing right now because this thing is alive.
I roll off and I ready my shotgun.
Okay, your shotgun is ready, and next round you can use it. This thing is going to leap up and try to murder you with its hands.
Yeah.
And here it goes.
No, we talked about the forest. We're best friends.
He rolled a 33 on his skill, which is under his fighting skill, and so his claws rip into Potter.
Can I dodge?
Oh, yes, you may. Of course, everybody gets a dodge in one combat round, and you are entitled to yours.
I succeed on my dodge.
Excellent. So Potter just keeps rolling, and this thing's like, Meanwhile, 50 yards away, the others are going, I mean, is this okay? Like, he outranks him. But I can bring everybody into the combat round if you hear Potter's cries or... actually, let's just do that. Let's just bring everybody into the combat round. So I have Pip at 40. I'm just going by everybody's decks. Lady Hypatia is at 55. And I have Barnaby is at
50.
50. Yes, sir. Barnaby is at 50. And Lord Billiam.
70.
70. Ooh, that's good. And
I'm impressed by that.
That's and then
save your life. Lady
Potter, as we did say, is
Excellent shot, Lord Billiam.
is going to be going also at 50 with Barnaby. Okay, and this thing goes also. Okay, right? No. It goes later. Okay, so let's just start. Everybody can start doing things because crazy shit has happened. Lord Billiam, what do you want to do?
I'd like to shoot the one living werewolf, right? There's a werewolf.
There is a one that you just blasted, and it looks like it should have killed him. Like, absolutely. Do you want to blast that one again? The one that was
Double tap.
You
Yeah.
want to double tap him?
I mean, if there's any chance he's still alive, if I know for sure he's laying on the ground, bled out with a giant hole in his chest, then I'd like to pursue other quarry. But
Okay.
otherwise, if there's any chance he's still alive, then I'll go up and point blank his face.
Okay, so I'm going to make you do two things. One, you'll remember that you can only shoot, and then it takes another round to reload.
You're
so
right.
you can reload, but at the same time, I will allow you to make a spot hidden roll to just see if this thing is still twitching or moving or there's any sign of life at all.
In lieu of that, can I flip my gun around and use the butt to smash his face in?
Absolutely, you may. And for that, just give me a fighting brawl roll.
41. Fail.
That's okay. I think actually you should roll your 10s die again because he is laying there inert, right? Like,
Yes.
it would be easier to hit.
I rolled a 001.
Oh, that's amazing. So that's a critical hit. So what I'm going to say is you smash the butt of your shotgun into the former Lord Tweedchester's face, and the whole head crumples like a ripe melon, and you are positive he is dead. And now it is Lady Hypatia's turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout from Mobb.
You can see Mobb far off, still running toward the house.
Okay, so he still hasn't gotten to the house.
No, it's quite far away.
All right, then I'm gonna fire at the Loop Guru.
Okay, the one that's on the ground or the one that's wrestling with Potter 50 yards away?
Wait, there are two Loop Guru?
Oh, that's quite correct, sir. The one that was formerly Lord Tweedchester, it transformed after Billiam blew him away, and the other one is Throckmorton, who is wrestling on the ground with Potter 50 yards away. I think it's fine that you didn't know that as a player, because I think it's really funny that Lady Hypatia went, "What? There are two?" And that's when Lady Hypatia can roll another sanity roll.
All right. I do not make it.
Okay, you don't make your sanity roll, so you're going to take an extra D3 of sanity. I'm going to roll it for you. That is 3 more sanity loss, and you are shocked that there are 2, but that 3 sanity loss is not enough to stop you from doing something. What would you like to do?
I would like to shoot at the loop guru that is harassing.
You must reload this round. Are you reloading?
No, I was already loaded, and I had spent my last round like putting the breech back up on my shotgun.
Oh, you didn't fire into the creature.
No,
okay,
I'm very ready.
Yeah, go ahead. 50 yards away, make a shotgun roll.
All right, and there's literally no way I could avoid hitting Potter if I wanted to. It's a fucking shotgun.
Well, I'm gonna put this.
I've jumped away from the loop guru.
This bitch made it. This bitch is good at country sports.
You can check your rifle shotgun skill. You blast the creature over there, and as I said, at 50 yards, the shotgun does a D3 of damage. You have done 3 damage to that creature. Okay. Now we come to Barnaby Vander Klooster.
My rifle is still loaded. Is there any wisdom though? I am slightly better with my dagger. I think it would be. It's a occult dagger. Is it fair? I mean, I would have at the very least. I think I can make a fair argument that I'm insufferable about that dagger. I would have it with me.
Sure, I think that it makes sense. I mean, it's a little easier to kind of just carry on your person than maybe a saber. So I'm going to allow you to have that dagger. Who are you stabbing with it? You pull it out, and who are you attacking?
I'm gonna, I guess, try to throw it at the loop guru.
The one that's fighting with Potter 50 yards away. Do you want to run toward him and throw?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a dex roll. We'll see how much distance you cover, and then you're going to make that your dagger attack.
All right.
And I'm going to look at this dagger, actually.
Oh, I fail the dexterity roll. I rolled a 70.
Okay, so
this might be how my dad died.
I'm not going to make you fall down. I'm just going to say that you're not a man who's used to covering mass distances really quickly, so you don't get very far before you just let loose with the dagger. And give me that dagger skill.
Let's see here. Dagger is 40. I rolled an 84.
Okay, so Vander Klooster is like, ceremonial dagger! Runs like 5 feet toward the other monster and then wings his dagger wildly off into the bushes.
Never to be found again.
But I do want you to make a luck roll right now, Vander Klooster, because I want to figure something out.
Oh, just barely made it with the luck. Oh, wait, just barely missed it with the... Wait. No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. I did barely make it with the luck.
You made your luck. You realize that your dagger, your ceremonial dagger, is silver-plated. And it's over in the bushes somewhere right now. Okay, now
what a thing to realize as it's leaving my hand. Like, oh,
well, you were trying to attack with it. I mean, you were doing a smart thing. You just failed your skills. And now we come to Potter. Potter, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot the monster with the shotgun.
Okay, go for it.
All right, let's see. I use my firearms rifle. There it is. Okay, got it. I am within 3. I need to spend 3 luck to do it.
Okay.
So I succeed.
Okay, great. Bang! And you're point blank, so do 2d6 damage.
10.
10. Oh, wow, that's great. Okay, so you blast him where he's laying there on the ground, and he now looks full ape. Like, these don't look like wolves at all. They look like these sort of like simian ape-like things. And he's sitting there kind of smoking and bleeding, but he's still twitching a little bit. And it is, in fact, now his turn, unless Borthwick is shooting.
Yes. So before I fire, I turn to Lord Billiam and say, normally I wouldn't approve of a poor, even someone with a title, killing gentry, but considering he was an ape wolf, a were ape, I'm going to look past this one, and I'll just let you know that I have some connections in the government. I helped out your sister, God rest her soul.
I thank you.
Then I turned to Patterson and I said, let's do this, Patterson, and we both take a shot.
Okay, great. Patterson misses his shot this time. And you guys are shooting 50 yards away at the other monster fighting with Potter, or you continuing to put blasts into the one on the ground?
It does seem like a thing Pip would do. That does seem like a thing Pip would do, but no, he's shooting at he has a high intelligence, so he's shooting at the other one. And I made it. 27.
Okay. You can do a D3, meaning roll a D6, and then we'll divide it like kind of in two. Like a 5 or 6 is a 3.
Roll the D6. 5.
Okay. 5 means you did 3 more damage, and that one too takes a blast in its side, and they both lay there kind of completely motionless. My monsters haven't touched anyone before they got blown to smithereens.
That's what
I can
happens
tell you that
for the
Countess de
Borthwick.
Grey and Lady Brookberry are screaming bloody murder now, and they are running back to the house. All that happened in so many quick seconds that they didn't quite get to start running until now.
Robbie Potter says, "Well, that was a thrilling hunt."
When Vander Klooster threw his knife, I did make a remark about how the Dutch are not a warfaring people. Like
Right.
I did sort of make a somewhat disparaging remark.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Pip brags for the next 10 years about how he killed both of them, even though he did the final shot on only one.
And so what do you do with the bodies, or where are you going to take them, or what are you going to do?
Okay, so it's a hunting weekend, and when you serve dinner for the game course, you would traditionally serve the pheasants or grouse. And I think I'm just gonna consider serving the werewolves to just members of the party who are inclined. This is the Neptune Society, so I'm basically gonna sort of take a poll of the room. Who wants to eat werewolf?
I'll try it.
I mean, in character, yes, but out of character. I mean, in character, no, but out of character, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna serve pheasant to Potter, and everybody else, and Mobb is probably gonna want pheasant too. I'm gonna taste werewolf.
So you're dragging, because you're out of servants, except unless you want Patterson to drag both of them, Pip's servant Patterson to drag both of them back up to the house.
No one else is around. So.
I mean, we're all gonna pitch in. When Mobb comes back with the silver knives, we'll slit both of their throats with the silver knife to make sure that they're done, and then we'll just drag it back up to cook.
No, very good. So you go to find the silver knife then.
Yeah, we slit their throats with the silver knife. When
Okay.
Mobb comes back, or the Dutchman, maybe he is able to find his.
Yes, the Dutchman, Vander Klooster, needs to make a spot hidden roll as he searches in the bushes for his knife. And let's see how Mobb did.
I would help Vander Klooster if
That's a good idea, Lord Billiam. Give me a spot hidden roll.
I made mine.
Great.
Remind me, is 0, 0, 0? That's a 0, right?
good.
That's 100, meaning a critical miss.
Oh, no.
And so I think that Vander Klooster, this is
Did I
what
die looking for my father's knife?
I know exactly what happens. So, Lord Billiam, you actually find the ceremonial dagger sticking out of a tree where it kind of he actually threw it with some force. It kind of stuck into the side of a tree, and you pull it out. But Vander Klooster, you kind of are looking, really scanning the ground very carefully, and you're kind of stepping over the body of one of the creatures, and that is when you realize that it has regenerated a hit point per round while you guys have been doing this. It now has 9 hit points currently, and it's going to get. I'm sorry, you critical missed. It's going to get a free attack because you critical missed on your
As I'm
spot
stepping over.
as you're stepping over it.
That's bad.
God. And it just rolled a 2, which is a critical hit. So I'm going to roll its damage twice. Arnie, I'm so sorry. But
I
this
yell,
monster-
Father, I'm coming.
the creature reaches up and grabs. I'm sorry, but Klooster, you said you were stepping over it. It grabs the most sensitive target it can find.
I'd have it no other way.
Yes, its claws reach in, and I am rolling its damage twice. Here we go. I get to roll it twice. Okay, it just did 8 damage to you. Is that? I think that's more than half your hit points. You have 10 hit points, so you need to give me a Constitution roll right now to see if you remain conscious or take a major wound.
No. I did bad.
Okay, so you take a major wound, but you're unbelievably not dead as the thing literally rips your balls off. And
wow, how
all of you are like,
Lovecraftian.
fuck, because you notice that they're both like, that one is like pulling poor Klooster down to the ground and like trying to start to eat him, and the other one is like rising up from where it was at, and now we go back into our turn order again. And so I will start with Lord Billiam with his 70 dex.
Barney, I found your dad's. Oh, shit. Can I rush over and plunge the silver dagger into the loop guru that's biting my friend?
You absolutely can. Oh, the only guy
Can I scream, Billiam, I don't have very good luck with daggers.
Here we go. Give me a fighting roll, Mr. Billiam, Lord Billiam, and that is going to be a fighting. Oh, you only have a 25 in that.
Yeah. Come on. Fuck yeah, 11.
Yeah, hell yeah. Check. I'm going to say that you checked that. Lord Billiam checked fighting. And you rush over to where Klooster has just been. He's just been castrated by were-ape claws, and you plunge your dagger into the creature, and it suddenly is like, and there's like burning coming out of its. Did you hit it in the back or the chest?
I think the chest.
Okay,
he was laying on his back,
and it starts like it catches on fire, and it's like really hot. And so if you want to be able to pull your dagger out and not just like be like, ow, my hand is burning, you have to give me a Constitution roll right now.
Okay, I do. 29, which is a success.
Dude, Lord Billiam, you're doing some Cthulhu heroism. You pull your knife out, your hand is kind of singed and burned, the end of your tweeds are kind of smoked and burned, but you have dispatched one of the creatures, and now we come to, and gentlemen, I'm thinking 5, outside 10 more minutes, stick with me. Now we're coming to Lord, what's this? LH, who's that? Oh my God. Lady Hypatia, of course. Yes, it's your turn.
Mobb is back now, right?
He is, yes.
All right.
He's holding in a tablecloth a bunch of your good silver.
All right, I am going to load my gun, snap the breech up, drop a knife down the barrel of the blade, and tell Mobb to tell Cook to prepare lingonberry jam with a bit of horseradish to it.
That's so awesome that when you fire, I'm going to give you a bonus die.
Okay.
But right now, it took that whole round to just drop a silver knife into the barrel of your shotgun. And now we come to, let's see, Barnaby Klooster, who is unconscious, has taken a major wound, and then we come to Potter.
Wait, so one of them is dead. The other one done anything yet? The one that attacked me?
No, it goes on Dex 40, so it's just spent a little bit of time getting up and starting to like.
Oh, okay. I reload and I run over to where Lady Hypatia is in order if I need to protect her.
Oh, that's awesome. So by running and getting in front of Lady Hypatia, I'm going to say that if any attack comes against her, you automatically can take it for her. Okay. And then we come to that was Potter. Now it's the monster. And you know what? The monster attacks Lady Hypatia. Whoops. I mean, Robbie Potter. It leaps at her.
Dive in front of it.
And I can't believe this, guys. I wish I could just show you that I rolled a critical hit. 0-0-2.
I think I can't dodge. I think he just needs to take it. I think he dodged into it.
I think that the move that you described was protecting her, right?
Yeah.
So here comes the damage, my friend.
This is great.
The thing rips into you. It leaps onto you like a rabid baboon would. It deals. I get to roll it twice, so that's.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it rolled a total of 20 damage.
That's gotta be dead.
Just give me some last words. That's all I need.
It leaps onto poor Potter's chest and twists his neck into a untenable position before it bunts into the neck and starts ripping meat out. And everybody now must make a sanity roll for seeing both Klooster, except for Klooster, you don't need to, and Potter, you don't need to, but everybody must make.
I failed.
I succeeded.
Succeeded.
I didn't succeed, but but it's 54 and it's 50, so I'm going to use some of my luck.
I can't use luck on a sanity roll.
Unfortunately. Well,
so,
then I'm kind of crazy.
Yeah, let's see. You are actually, you need to make an intelligence roll right now to see if you understand what's going on. Tell me if you pass or fail it.
All right, I have pretty high intelligence, so fingers crossed. 71 and my intelligence is 70.
Oh god.
Can I use luck?
No, it's actually good. That's actually good. When you fail a sanity roll, if you're too dumb to realize that it's all really happening, you don't go temporarily insane. So you just lose the 6 sanity, Pip Borthwick, but you don't like suddenly go mad and go running through the lawn or do something crazy. You're still in control of your character.
Great. It's good to
and
be.
Maybe, I'm just suggesting, Pip, that you're like, I didn't really know them that well.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. that sounds up Pip's alley.
He was low class.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So we've been playing for a while, gentlemen. Lady Hypatia is well. I know what's going to happen. But let's start with Lord Billiam. Lord Billiam, you get a. No, it's Pip. It's your turn right now. It's your turn now.
That shit. I guess is there another knife that I can grab from one or two more knives or forks or something pointed?
Yes, Mobb's sitting there holding all of the silverware.
Great. So I grab those.
You grab some silverware.
Yeah, I give one to Patterson, obviously.
Right.
Myself.
Okay. So I think that's going to be your turn, is like you walk up and you just like politely take some silverware and give some to your servant and turn to the monsters. And then we come to Lord Billiam. Lord Billiam, you can do something else now. You have your silver dagger. Oh, here we go. Can I be double sure that you get this creature that's still kicking because it just killed Potter?
Yeah, can I run over there and try and sink my dagger into it?
You may make your fighting roll.
All right. 26. That is a success.
Holy shit. No, you have a 25 fighting.
Fuck, but I'll use one.
But you use the one luck, in which is actually allowable. And so I would say that you come over there and you're kind of like trying to be kind of tactical, and then you lunge and you kind of trip, and your knife just sticks into the creature with suddenly bursts into flame again. So there's so many flames that I start to get all fuzzy. And then you must make a con roll again to save the dagger because it's like literally melting against this thing. The thing is like screaming and like cavorting. How'd you do on your Constitution roll?
Well, my friend Barnaby already lost his junk, so I hope 62. That's I missed it by 12, so I can't even.
Okay,
Sorry.
so here's what happens. You take 4 damage, but that is not more than half of your current HP, is it? So your hand is burnt, but it is not like permanently burnt. Like if you had done more than, if it had been more than half, I might say your hand from now on, Lord Billiam, has like the burn. But no, you're able to. You don't get the dagger back out. It like literally melts against the creature's chest, but you get your hand away in time. And Lady Hypatia, you're sitting there with a shotgun filled with a silver knife, and by God, you should at least use it. Or what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot that motherfucker from my beloved Potter. I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to say he was my man.
Okay.
And I fucking make that fucking 14 on 70. I shoot that motherfucker between the eyes.
Okay, a silver butter knife goes exploding out of the shotgun. It fires across to where Lord Billiam has just jumped out of the way and pulled his hand away. It plunges into the face of the thing that was once Lord Tweedchester, and it explodes like at the end of an action movie, and everybody needs to make a dex roll or they're like hurt as they're thrown back.
Yes, made it.
I succeed, but I'm dead.
Yeah.
Does that include me? I mean, I have not a lot going on.
Your bodies are just tossed. Well, you're unconscious, unfortunately, Mr. Vander Klooster. So you and Robbie Potter's bodies are just tossed willy-nilly through the air.
Ways away.
I had a 40. I rolled a minus 40. I rolled a 7. So that's a crit success, right?
So you guys, here's what happens.
I also rolled a 7, Pip. Okay. My skirts were not singed.
Lady Hypatia shoots the silver butter knife into the thing. It explodes, and you guys all run down the lawn away from it and go, oh, and jump as it explodes in a ball of flame. Absolutely. The ground is singed. The bodies of poor Vander Klooster and Robbie Potter are left there, as well as the decayed carcasses of Throckmorton and Tweedchester.
Well, Pip looks. Well, Patterson, looks like you have some cleaning to do.
Cut to later that night. Cook says, "Well, I did my best, ma'am. I'm not sure if it will be good eating, but it won't kill you."
I mean, it's a strong meat, but we put a very strong side with it. We still have dinner normally because people were killed and injured, but they were only commoners. All of the lords present, except for Lord Tweedchester, made it out fine. So we still have dinner, and I try to massage Lady de Grey to this is what we do. You should be supporting this. Gemstones could come out of it. And then finally, at the end of the evening, I turn to Pip and I ask him to determine who Lord Tweedchester's heir is. That person is going to be rich now.
I'm going to let you do that as the final thing, Rhett. I know exactly what you want to do, and I think it's super important. So everybody's eating their roast were ape, and it's gamey.
It's a little gamey.
It's a little gamey. And who will the heir to Tweedchester be, is what you've asked, Lady Hypatia?
Yes.
Lady Hypatia, I believe it belongs to the Neptune Society.
But who? It has to be a person. Pep.
We'll put it in a trust, and we'll build the clubhouse.
No, it's
as they're having this conversation.
You or Lord Billiam. You guys have to be the distant male.
The director's turning the camera, and as they're having this conversation, we see everybody who's seated at table. And earlier, our friend Lord Billiam tried to save using first aid his dear friend. Well, new friend, Barnaby Vander Klooster. Roll that, would you? First aid, Lord Billiam.
17.
Are you kidding?
No.
you saved your friend Vander Klooster. So as we pan around the
I just
table,
had to put my hand right on the spot. Just hold it.
Vander Klooster is standing there in like a big body cast, like with like a fork and knife in his hand. Like they've set him up at table because it would be improper if he didn't make it to the evening dinner. Regardless,
and
of whether or not
Patterson is like
he's been-
feeding him with a spoon.
I have two very quick things to say. One, I have never been happier to have talked to someone when sitting down at a dinner party. And two, I think like Barnaby kind of looks down at what remains of his body and says, "The sun also rises," which is sort of a reference to the fact that there is a Barnaby the Third, which you would only have this out there somewhere. There's another Barnaby as well.
And I will tell you, the very last shot of our horror film is that Barnaby Vander Klooster then looks directly at camera and has two yellow cat-like eyes, a la the end of the Thriller video, and you hear Vincent Price's laugh. And that is the end of this episode of the Neptune Society. Thank you. I mean, what? Here's a great group of players who did an incredible job. I feel sad that one of them died, but he did it rescuing a dear friend and ruining possibly her marriage.
And she didn't really give a shit at the end. Like she was like, well, at least the rich people lived.
Also, everybody ate the were creatures, which is probably going to turn you into were creatures as well. Who knows?
Can I do some last words, Jared?
I think you should. I think as the only character that passed tonight, you should have some last words.
So let's rewind to when Potter, I think after he was slashed, he goes, "Tell my wife Abigail, I never loved her. I love you, Lady Hypatia."
I think that's what Lady Hypatia sees while she's traveling through her own dream world that night.
Right. not at Mobb House, but at Bartlett Abbey, construct a fountain that is Colonel Potter shirtless, abs, and like the water comes out and he just weeps perennially, and then it like drips down on his pecs and then abs and then goes down. And
that statue is now canon in our game universe.
And Pip often visits that statue to admire it.
I like contemplate it, and just think about the sadness of what happened to him.
Well, it is in the Grecian style, so it is completely a proper type of fountain to have. Wow, I mean, this was really fun, guys, and thank you for rolling with a larger group tonight. I thought everybody was so great. So I just want to thank my players so much. Thanks for going on this little adventure with me.
I would like to say that I think young Pip Borthwick inherited the Tweedchester fortune, and maybe his credit rating is even higher now. That's what I think, but I'm not the game master. This was a delight. Thank you.
Thank you, Guy Branum, one of our MVPs here at the Neptune Society. Everybody here is now Pip Borthwick. Of course, that's true. You're even more extravagantly richer than you were before, because as Peter principle always works to beg stuff out of me, totally outside of the rules. I'm going to thank.
I had a promise so I got some of it because he signed a promise. So,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. And then also the Countess de Grey. I mean, I think this
money for everyone. Pip is the embodiment of the Peter principle. I can't think of a single instance where he hasn't gotten out of a situation without 6 back asswords. So
the final thing I'll say is that what I have just decided, and now I must make true because I'm putting it into words, is that our subscribers are going to design the new Neptune Society Clubhouse. If you are a subscriber, we will all meet in the subscriber chat. Clint and I will think up some really loose bullshit rules, and then we will all design what the new clubhouse is. So be thinking about the ultimate occult secret society clubhouse, because we are going to create that together. I'm going to say good night to my incredible players, Guy Branum, Arnie Niekamp, Rhett Miller, Phil Walker, and Adam Conover. What a group of stalwart men all. Thank you guys. I'll say goodbye to them now, and I'll do my end of show business. And if you have a question or a comment, send it through, and Clint will send it right before I do the final credits. Dear God, if you aren't watching Vampires of Pittsburgh, you owe it to yourself to see what all the fuss is about this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Ashley Birch from Mythic Quest and Horizon Zero Dawn, Abubakar Salim from HBO's Raised by Wolves and Assassin's Creed Origins, and Ross Bryant of the Improvised Shakespeare Company, and soon to be carved onto the Mount Rushmore of amazing role players, return for our new Chronicle Lockdown. That's 2 p.m. Pacific Time tomorrow. Stream of Blood is a podcast, but what? I'm watching it right now on Twitch. Yes, but you could also be listening to it in your car. The name of the podcast is Stream of Blood. We play episodes of our Vampires of Pittsburgh series, as well as episodes of the Neptune Society. Catch up on all the ones you missed, and you can find it under the podcast title on the podcast catcher of your choice, Stream of Blood. Please subscribe, rate it, and review it, because it helps people find us. It helps them find the YouTube videos and the stream show, and we would love it if you did that. Okay, are there any questions or comments? Great. I hate questions and comments. Wait, Arnie Niekamp, and you didn't even die this time. I know, isn't that exciting? That's lovely. I'm glad that Arnie didn't die this time, and he was a real sport about his character becoming a eunuch. Which, not everybody handles in a stride, but Arnie did. So we appreciate that here. Okay, you can keep sending comments. Plans to make larger groups more regular? You know what? Great question, Desmodonis. Look, I don't know. I wanted to do it for this because this was like a one-night, one-shot kind of a thing. And I wanted to get all these great people together because I love them. But you let us know at the Stream of Blood Discord whether you like larger groups or you prefer the smaller groups. Just go into the Neptune Society topic, and we really do talk to the people that come and talk to us there. So let us know what you thought. Okay? All right. Original music for the Neptune Society is provided by a viewer named Warbird. You can hear more at soundcloud.com/Warbird. Our original artwork, which I think is so beautiful and incredible, is by Will Pottorff, Pottorff. You can see him at willpottorff.com or on his Instagram. We're on Instagram, Twitter. We're on Reddit. I mentioned the Discord, and because it's legally required to do so, we are also on Facebook. Did I say we're on Twitter? The president isn't anymore. I want to thank my producers and partners, Brian Baldinger and Clinton Trucks, our social media manager, Megan Arch. We want to welcome our YouTube content producer, Matt Moynihan, who's been helping us out all week with some new YouTube content. And our Stream of Blood logo is created by Garrett Ross. Our opening animation is by Andrew Orvidal. How do I make a cyberpunk dystopia that seems far in the future? Wow. That's a hell of a question for the last 4 seconds of the stream, Fancy Pants. Come to, I think we have a cyberpunk channel in the Discord. If you come there, we will talk about, I don't quite exactly know what your question means, but if you come there, I will talk to you about it. And then, you know what? If you're not already on the Discord or you don't like Discord, just go to our email, streamofblood at Gmail, and we can talk about it there. Okay. All right. That's it. Until next time. Shub Nugurath Cthulhu Fatagan. Good night, everybody.